Hey, what's up, y'all? My name's Luke, and I'm back with you for another harmonica video. And that, of course, was the song Timber by Kesha and Pitbull. Very cool harmonica part. And so I thought it would be good to do a lesson teaching how to play it. So there's a couple things you're going to need to know, or a couple skills you're going to need to be able to have on the harmonica before you can play this song. One is the ability to isolate notes, that is, play one note at a time. Which I covered in one of the very first videos I did. And the other thing, the only thing that's really tricky about it is the 3 draw, you do have to bend down a whole step, and that's not the easiest thing to do. So you have to have bending intact, and you have to be able to bend the 3 draw down a whole step. I would recommend, if you haven't checked out my video, Harmonica Basics 29, the major pentatonic scale and cross harp. All the notes in this is a great little jam example of what you can do with the major pentatonic scale and cross harp. All these notes are in that scale. Also, Harmonica Basics 31 goes over the 3 draw. And again, that's the only tricky part. I'm playing an E harmonica because that's the harmonica that's used on the actual recording. So in this video, I'm going to be using the E harmonica. If you want to be able to play along with the song or play with a band that's playing the song in the record key, then you're going to need an E harmonica. I think I'll follow up with another video in C, just in case for those of you who have only a C harmonica and don't want to go out and purchase an E one, as it's not maybe the most commonly owned key for a harmonica player that doesn't have all 12 keys. Okay, so having said that, let's go ahead and get into this. So before we even start playing the harmonica, let's just get what the rhythm of this thing is, okay? And so it's like 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. Okay, so da 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 da. You have to be able to say da da da. Da 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 da, because if you can't say the rhythm, da 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 da, you're not going to be able to play the rhythm. So that's the first thing. Da 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 da. Okay, and the first one, and for E1, okay, da da da, that's going to start on the 2 blow. And then the other 3 notes are going to be on the 2 draw. Okay? So I'm going blow, draw, draw, draw. And on the draw is how I'm articulating that is with the consonant K. So I'm going. Okay? All right. So that's the beginning of it. And if you want to get into all the little nuances, it's not something you have to worry about it, but the person who's playing the harmonica on the recording actually goes. Sorry. He does a little, which is just bending a whole step down on the 2 draw and sliding to the 1 draw. So if I did it real slow, like 1, 2, 3. Okay, but you don't have to put that in there. If you just do, that gets the idea across perfectly, and that's what he's playing throughout most of the song. But on the very first one, he does go. Okay, so let's learn that next lick. Okay, so we're starting on the 4 draw. And again, if you don't know how to get to a certain hole on the harmonica, that's the way to do it. Just start at 1 and slide over. So we're going to start at 1, slide over 4. That's the note. Okay, so we're going to draw on the 4, then we're going to draw on the 3. Here's this kind of tricky part. So we draw on the 4, then we draw on the 3, and then we have to bend the 3 down a whole step. Okay, so if you've watched my videos on the 3 draw bend, which I have a few, we have fully released, down a half step, down a whole step, and down a step and a half. Okay, so you have those 3 notes, excuse me, and we want the one that's just down a whole step. And then we're going to be on the 2 draw. So that's a 4 draw, 3 draw bent, 3 draw released, 3 draw bent down a whole step, 2 draw. And then the 3 draw and the 4 draw. Okay? So 4 draw, 3 draw bent down a whole step, 2 draw, back to the 3 draw, back to the 4 draw. That's the hardest part of the whole thing is that little 3 draw. And it's easier on the E harmonica, in my opinion, than it is on the C harmonica. The lower harmonicas require more of a mouth movement inside your mouth in order to get the pitch to bend. So it's a smaller movement required up on the E harmonica. Okay, the other thing that I will mention about that is the 4 draw at the beginning of this part of the lick is staccato. So it's not all together. It's tap pa pa ba da bum bum bum. So I do that with my tongue against the harmonica. Tuck, tuck, dun, dun, dun. So it's just that first one. Okay? Okay. So then we draw again on the 4, saying oi to get the. Okay? And then we draw again on the 4. Is that right? Let me play the whole thing. Okay, yeah. So when we come back down the second time, just like we did the first, it's 4 draw, 3 draw, 3 bent down a whole step, 2 draw. Only this time, instead of going back up to 3, this time we're going to go 2 blow and 2 draw. And that's going to finish the whole thing, and then we just repeat that throughout the entire song. So let's do it from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 3, 4. 3, 4. And that's the whole song. It just keeps repeating like that. The only other thing that I would maybe mention, if you want to work on nuance, is, again, the player on this track is a very good player, obviously. And he's putting some very nice vibrato on those notes. And so as you're practicing this song slowly, you might want to practice your vibrato just in time at the tempo you're playing. So if we're playing at this tempo, 1, 2, 3. I'm just practicing my vibrato on that note. Okay, kind of like on the 8th note or 16th note pulse. And I'm pulling the back of my tongue down a little bit. I'm just like pulling the back of my tongue down a little bit. So. You know, that's something that you can work so that when you bring it up to speed. You can get in some of those sweet little vibrato. But again, the vibrato is not necessary, and neither is the those little things are not necessary to let me play it without vibrato and without that little fancy slur there at the beginning, and you hear it still sounds great. Okay, and see, it still sounds great that way. And then I've got a metronome. The song is somewhere around 131 beats a minute, so I've got it set here, but just playing on 2 and 4, which is I really highly recommend playing with a metronome on 2 and 4. It's a great way to practice. That's kind of like where the snare drum would hit. Okay, and that's Timber, Harmonica Lesson by Timber, by Kesha and Pitbull. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please let me know how I can help you. And thanks so much for taking the time to watch another one of my harmonica videos.